Hello and welcome to this overview of Yngwie Malmsteen licks. The reason I'm calling it an overview is because I'm not necessarily going to break them down note by note and teach you how to play it that way, but I'm just going to give you an overview of the sort of a bunch of different Yngwie style licks that you will need to learn if you want to, learn some of his songs or write your own sort of Yngwie style licks. So yeah, I will slow them down, kind of break them down a little bit, show you maybe the picking and sort of how to practice them and what they're supposed to sound like. But yeah, like I said, it's not going to be note for note, but it's basically just an overview and sort of to give you an idea of what you need to learn and what you need to practice. So anyway, let's get into the lesson. So we're going to start with the A harmonic minor scale, which goes like this. So that's basically that. You'll need to learn that, or at least sort of get a general understanding of it before you start learning things like. So we'll use that as the first starting point. So a lot of the licks sort of 3-note per string using the A harmonic minor. So this first one is a pattern that goes like this. And that's quite a common pattern in shredding, is the where you play the highest note and then the lowest note, and then you do a little hammer-on pull-off thing, or you can pick the notes. So you can have a go at that, you can practice that, you can do all hammer-ons and pull-offs, or you can do all alternate picking, or you can do, I think it's economy picking, where you pick the first 4, you go, and then you do hammer-ons and pull-offs, so it sounds like this. See what I mean? And I think that's how I did it when I played it just there a minute ago, so. And yeah, so that's that lick. Now, I showed you the scale, the A harmonic minor scale. But the lick doesn't just, it doesn't just go down the scale, it's not just like. It kind of really jumps up from up here all the way to down here, and the way it does that is by doing it plays this sort of shape where you've got that kind of shape, but then it kind of inverts the shape. If you know what I'm saying, you're playing a 1-3-4, then a 1-2-4. You're also kind of moving down one string, or sorry, like one fret or so each time. Like I said, not going to do much theory, so I can't really explain exactly how that works, but it's just if you can remember that you can do that, it's pretty neat. So you can play, then you move down one fret and just invert the shape. Then you got to move down 2 frets that time because you're going from the B to the G string, and that's, you get that. And then just back to what you were doing before. You can also do it like this. Or you just kind of do 3 notes, then you do 4 notes, then 3 notes, then 4 notes, then 3 notes, and 4 notes. And that works pretty well. It's basically the same shape repeating, and that's pretty fun to do. What else have we got? Ooh, so yes, these are good to learn if you really want to get that, I don't know how to describe it, but like, quadruplet lick, I guess. They're quadruplets, 16th note runs on they kind of go like on one string at a time, and it's kind of like a da 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 da, that kind of pattern. So what that was starting on the 17th fret, and then after that the 20th, and then you just go down. So 20, 19, 17, 15. And then once you've done that, you repeat the pattern again. So So, you know, the notes you played previously, you play them again, and you go down to the next note, and then you play the previous notes down to the next note. So, oops. And then it's all alternate picking. There's no no, you gotta alternate pick all of these notes. And then same pattern starting at the 13th and going up. Same going up. So those aren't too hard to get a hang of because it's all alternate picking on one string. So, you know, as long as you've got the in time and your left hand learns what to do fast enough, you'll get a hang of that pretty quick. But this one it's a bit harder. I'll play that with a little bit of overdrive so you really know what it's meant to sound like. Sorry, had to add that at the end. I just couldn't help myself. But yes, so instead of just going, you jump from the position up here to not the next one. So as you can see, it goes from the 20, 19, 17. And then instead of going to the 19, 17, 15, you kind of jump past that and go to the 17, 15, 14. And then you slide back up one, and then up. So it's kind of like you're going. I'll give you an example in the major shape, just using one note at a time. So if you're going to play the major scale going down, instead of doing that, this is kind of the equivalent of going. You're kind of missing a note and then coming back, then skipping a note, coming back, if you know what I mean. So I think that's the ascending version, which I never really do because I find that even more difficult and it's kind of awkward, but you can try it if you want. What else? I've got the diminished sweep picks, so that kind of thing. That's what Yngwie does a lot. He doesn't tend to do, you know, the other kinds of sweep picks as much. He just likes to do that. Not saying he doesn't do the other ones from time to time, but that is, I think, his main go-to. It sounds pretty cool. You can kind of move it around really easily because it's actually the same shape. No matter where you move it, basically, provided you're still playing in the top three strings. So it is a 13-10, a 12 on the B, and then a 13-10 on the G. And then you basically, how far you move it is you basically just move it by the size of the shape, if you know what I mean. So you go from the 10th to the 13th, and then you're going from the 13th to the 16th. So you're always kind of like spanning three frets, if you know what I mean. Or well, 4 I guess, but it's 3 frets up. So you're always moving 3 frets up or down. That's another cool lick actually. If you skip out the B string, it becomes kind of a cool string skipping lick. So you can try that out if you want. And I think the last thing I'm going to show you, or well, we'll see. I might maybe think of something else, but anyway. So this is similar to the sweep picking, but instead of doing 3 strings, it's just 2 strings. So I don't know if that really counts as a sweep pick, but it's similar in technique at least. So it sounds like this. That might sound familiar to you, hopefully. And what that is just 19, 16, 18. And then 19 sliding down to the 16. And then you do the same shape, so. So you'll hopefully get a hang of that pretty soon. The picking for it is actually just 2 downstrokes, I believe. So downstroke, pull off, and then a downstroke. And then once you played that downstroke on the B string, you kind of let your pick just play the E string again like you would with a sweep pick. So you kind of do a little, because you play that next part kind of. Hard to explain, but I think you'll get the hang of it. Oh, the lick. After I played one of the other licks there, I did this at the end. Now that's a bit longer, and there's a lot of kind of going up and down a little bit, but it's actually not that difficult, and hopefully I can play this slowly, note for note. I think it goes like this. I think that's it. So, and I did a lot of legato. I didn't really pick any of the notes there. You can pick every single note if you want, like this. A bit more difficult, but it's fun and it's challenging, and it will improve your alternate picking. So if you want to try that, go ahead. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Practice your A harmonic minor scale. Practice your diminished sweeps. Practice your little 2-string kind of sweepy things. Practice your little descending runs. Practice your quadruplet, sort of your, you know, you're playing on 1 string like this. Practice your, and there's one more thing that I almost forgot. Pedal tones or pedal notes, which is this. So yeah, it's kind of what you would do on a piano, you know, with your rhythm hand, I believe, like do 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 do, that kind of thing. But we're using it on guitar for some cool soloing stuff. So, and Yngwie does that quite a lot. He does it up here, especially where he goes. Yeah, so practice that kind of thing. It's not too difficult, really. Oh, you can do it. Remember the lick I showed you at the start? If that's too difficult for you, you can actually do some. You can do the pedal tone stuff. Don't know why I keep making a mistake in the middle there. Hold on, let me try that again. That sounds better. So yeah, I might put the tab up for some of these, but anyway, in any case, you get the idea. You kind of know what to look out for. You know what the techniques are, and you're maybe even able to follow along and try some of them. And you should recognize them in a lot of Yngwie songs. And yeah, good luck trying some Yngwie stuff, or maybe write some of your own. Leave a comment if you would maybe like me to explain any of the licks in detail. I think that might be a good idea. Because there are too many licks for me to cover them in detail in one video. But then can maybe do some additional stuff and break them down even further, or whatever. Anyway, try it out for yourself. Leave a comment. Tell me how you got along, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.